you laugh because it's a pencil, but it's serious business in teaching high school. Hi you guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you don't already know, my name's Hannah. I am a science teacher for high school in the wonderful state of Florida. I teach at a Title I school, which has been an absolute adventure. I know sometimes Title I schools get kind of a bad rep, but I feel like it has made me the most bad beep teacher. I just feel confident. I feel like I can control my kiddos for the most part, and I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like teaching at a Title I school kind of puts you through the ringer as a teacher. It really tests your skills, but when the school year's done, your kids are trained up, you kind of want to walk out being like, mic drop, I did it. But today we officially have 1 full week of school left, and then we have exam week. So I wanted to make a video that kind of goes over what I felt were the best things that I purchased before my first year teaching versus the things that I'm like, why did I waste my money on these? I watched these videos a bunch before I started teaching. I thought they were super helpful, and honestly, a lot of those things from the videos I did end up buying and using regularly. So first things first, on the note of teacher care, get yourself a water bottle that'll hold all of the water that you need for that school day. Trust me when I say you do not want to be drinking out of the drinking fountains that the kids are using. There's gum in them. The kids are just gross. So this was the biggest lifesaver. My whole first semester I kept getting sick as a teacher. I'm like, what is going on? And second semester I bought this giant water bottle. This holds all the water that it's my goal to drink this within a school day. And I felt like I was just so much healthier because I was finally getting all the water I needed. So yeah, a water bottle that holds all your water that you're gonna need for the school day. The second thing I highly recommend is Purell. My school didn't give me Lysol wipes or Purell or anything, so I kind of bought my own set. I think I bought 4 bottles of these, lasting me the whole school year, and then maybe 6 things of Lysol wipes for the whole year, and this was just huge. A kid comes in with a ringworm, sanitize, and you're gonna see it all. You're gonna see ringworm, you're gonna see the flu, you're gonna see the cold. I just breathed that in. Parents will send their kids in super sick. So just having Purell and hand sanitizer, they're the same thing, and Lysol wipes, there we go, on hand for just those little messes in life. It's huge. Sometimes you think with high schoolers, oh, they'll be cleaner, oh, they don't make messes like elementary school. No, false. You need tons of cleaning supplies. Maybe they don't make as much of a mess, but they're definitely still dirty. Now, the next thing that I have felt has been the biggest help to my teaching is an inexpensive one. It's my iPad and Apple Pencil. I adore these things. I do all my digital planning on GoodNotes. So I just go into my iPad, type in my password that you'll don't need to see, and then I have the GoodNotes app. I click on that, and let me see if I can show you guys. I have a whole school section, so I have a notebook for biology, and I have a notebook for environmental science, and then I have a planner. So I'll just show you what my planner looks like. It's a digital planner that I designed. You can buy a bunch off Etsy, or you can make your own. It's literally just, ooh, you can see the camera. It's literally just a digital planner that I can write out all my exact lesson plans on, and I feel like this was just super helpful for me doing all my planning. Honestly, I feel like this was the best for my planning. And then what I also do is I have little mini notebooks from the subjects that I teach, and I just write the day's notes that we're gonna take, and then I can do them with the kids. This way I have them stocked up and saved in just one easy place, and it's not taking up a bunch of room. Amazing for doing all digital planning and all digital notebooks. I'm definitely the kind of girl that likes to handwrite out my plans. I've always loved hard planners and colorful pens, but honestly, as a teacher, you're going through so much stuff, and you're constantly changing. I'll take notes with one period and be that did not work well, and so I'll go through and kind of erase and make some changes. And so I found at first I was using a regular notebook to handwrite all the notes that I was going to do with my kiddos, and these notebooks just got so messy and so disgusting. I didn't understand what was going on with them, and I got to a point where I didn't even want to pick those notebooks up because they were just so gross. And by gross, I mean simply unorganized. But having the digital notebooks, being able to like erase and have clean copies and be able to print them out. And if a kid's sick, you literally just hit boop, export and email, and there's the notes. So that's been huge. Now, the other thing that I bought, and this is also in the line of organization, is regular 2-inch, 3-inch binders. I did this for both subjects, and this was super helpful. Ooh. So the first thing I do is like in the folder, I throw my curriculum map, and then I got the 12 divider set. I want to get different dividers. These were just all the local store had right before I started teaching, and I've literally kept every single assignment that we have done, and I keep it in this binder. I have my tests, I have my answer keys, and I have every assignment, so this way if I ever need to like, ooh, so this way for like next year I will have literally everything that I did already ready to go. So if I just need to make copies, I can. And on some of them you'll see like, let's see, and on some you'll see like sticky notes where I wrote like maybe how long the assignment took, or maybe like the assignment was too advanced. I'll throw in like really nice examples that some of the kids did that I can display. I mean, it's literally just my catch-all. And back when I was handwriting notes, I would still put a copy of those in there. So just having a binder that literally has all of my notes, all of my assignments, all my tests and quizzes, and their answer keys for the subject has been huge. This is my Enviro Science binder. And this is amazing because I started compiling this day one. And if you teach biology in the state of Florida, you know there's like a whole environmental science unit built in there. So I literally just got to pull out my binder and flip through to like the subjects I needed and pull them. So that was amazing. And then next year I'll have this whole binder ready to go. So I can either create new content or I have exactly what I already ready to go, which is a huge help, because as a first-year teacher, you're simply just going to be creating so much content, like so much. I did not get a digital copy of my textbook, so pretty much anything my environmental science kids did, I either made or I found online. So I have mixed feelings about that, but it is what it is. I feel like I've definitely gotten so much better at like content creation this year, but that wasn't something I was totally expecting, so I definitely wanted to have like on file everything I made ready to go. The next thing that has been, hallelujah, my laminator. This is my personal laminator. I'm pretty sure I bought it off of Amazon, probably somewhere in the $20 to $30 range. Reason I don't like it, it's slow. Reason I absolutely adore it is it's a laminator. My school, I think we have one laminator in the county office, which is 45 minutes away. So just not that practical. And I just love having it on hand. As a teacher, it's definitely up to you how much you want to laminate or not laminate. I used this all the time when I was just decorating my classroom. I have a bunch of different things that I simply wanted laminated. If I ever have done like a fun activity in the classroom or a lab, it's been huge to have a laminator. I would highly recommend this. You do have to buy the little laminating sheets from Amazon. They come in packs of 100, which sounds like a lot, but I think I've gone through 4 boxes, and I really don't laminate that much. It might seem like I do, but I don't. Now the next thing is kind of silly, but trust me, buy it. Just one little thing of paper, because there's going to be days that the school's paper doesn't get here. There's going to be days where you need to print something off right then, right there, and you don't have the paper for it, and you can't get a kid to go down for whatever reason. Trust me, buy it. So one thing of printer paper. It will not go unused, I promise you. And it's a cheap one. So another thing I want to show you guys that I feel like was absolutely worth spending my money was a way to organize my drawers. As you can see, I have these huge, really long drawers, which I've absolutely loved. At first I was like, what in the world am I supposed to do with this space? And at the beginning of the school year, literally everything was just sloshing around, or it was like hidden in those filing cabinets. I do not like mess at all. I'm a very organized person. I can definitely borderline a little OCD. And even though this seems kind of crazy, just having these plastic containers that organizes like my pens, my paper clips, my binder clips, my sticky notes, and like all my different types of paper was huge. This way, like when kids ask for something or when kids need something, I immediately know exactly where it is. And I know it sounds silly, but you having a half second to just open a drawer and pull something out versus the 5 seconds of being like, oh wait, where do I keep that? Or kind of having to rummage through something is huge. I know that sounds so silly, and until you become a teacher, you won't understand it, but seriously, these little plastic containers were amazing. I got them off Amazon. They were super cheap, and I just use little command strips on the bottom of them to like hold them in place, so when I open and close the drawer, they're not flinging all around. The other thing I wanted to get into this video was all the things that I did not use, or I feel like I kind of wasted my money on. So the first thing was, I actually didn't buy this. My mentor teacher gave it to me, and if she continues to teach next year, I'm just going to give it back to her because I know she does use them. An actual physical gradebook. So I feel like every teacher has this now. Most schools have an online gradebook system where you have to enter all of your grades. I started the year by grading the papers by hand, handwriting the grades into a physical gradebook, and then entering them into the online gradebook. That was such a time suck. I mean, hours worth of time, hours wasted. That's not an exaggeration. So, I mean, that's totally up to you, but I will just be honest, a physical gradebook is just pretty unnecessary if you're gonna have to enter them all online anyways. Sorry if that changes the camera view a little bit. One of my kids just had to run in and grab something. Something to prepare for before becoming a high school teacher is you will literally have kids knocking on your door all the time, during lunch, after school, before school, during your planning period. It never stops. While you're teaching classes that their friends are in, they always just want to be around you. Another thing that goes on my no-go list is, and I'm so sad about this, when I was in school, I know my mistake for buying something from when I was in school was whiteboards, a class set of whiteboards. I loved these. I thought these were so much fun. I find with high schoolers, they're just not mature enough to have whiteboards. Maybe when I teach like juniors and seniors, these will be something I can use. But right now with freshmen, I find that they are just not mature enough to handle whiteboards. They just draw inappropriate things. And it was kind of expensive. These were actually a gift, and I know how much they cost, so I'm a little upset about it. But I know I will be able to get to use them, and if for some reason the juniors and seniors can't handle them either, then I'd be more than happy to donate them to like an elementary teacher. If you're an elementary school teacher, comment down below if your kids can use whiteboards. Can they handle them? Because my kids can't. Now, the next thing I bought, which Caddies, desk caddies. So I would say this was just such a huge waste of money because number one, they never look good. Like they never look organized and cute. And number two, kids can't control themselves, whether they're gonna steal it, whether they're gonna break it, whether they're gonna, whatever they're gonna do. Kids are very creative. This just created so much more of a headache than it was ever worth. So I would say no to these. I've now switched to, I think I use 5 caddies, one for colored pencils, one for markers, one for glue sticks, one for highlighters and stuff like that, and that's all I need. Literally, that's it. And originally I bought 12, one for each table. The next thing that I feel like was a waste of money was not this box. Pencils. I bought probably 300 sharpened pencils. This is all I have left. And so clearly you'd be like, well, you used a lot of them. My kids have stolen a lot of them. These are things that I'm definitely gonna be buying again. I'll definitely be buying another set of pencils, but I definitely had pencils too easily accessible to my students when the school year first started. I definitely reverted to making comments like, they'll ask me for a pencil, they'll ask me for a piece of paper. I no longer say like, yes, I say, ask 3 people and then you can ask me. And I make sure they ask 3 people before. I have seen something on the teacher Instagram, which by the way, I'm at the Blissful Bio, or at Blissful Biologist. Know that if you want to follow me, you absolutely should. It's super fun. But I've seen one of the teachers like use a portion of their board where they have like pencils stuck up there, and they say, when you check out a pencil, write your name. And then this way, like if a kid steals your pencil and leaves, you know exactly who it is. You laugh because it's a pencil, but it's serious business in teaching high school. The next thing, I like don't want to call this a waste of money, but it was. My Erin Condren teacher planner. I am literally so sad about this because this planner is amazing. There's a million and one like Erin Condren teacher planner reviews or like tours on YouTube if you ever want to go watch one. It's gorgeous. It's amazing. If you want to physically write out all of your like lesson plans and seating charts, and it just has everything you need. It has graph paper, it has your yearly plan, it has contact forms, it even has a grading sheets in the back. I mean, like, what is that too good? This planner, literally amazing, but I don't use it. I literally do not use it, and it just like makes me so sad. I would just write out my final lesson plan for each period, for each day for the week, and I found that initially when I was planning, I just didn't quite understand like how often things change, how many changes I was gonna need to be making based on my kids' skills, based on what was happening that week at school, based on all sorts of things. So I found that this planner, I always wanted to make this like just the final thing that was happening in class. And because of that, it wasn't necessarily planning, it was more so just like final beautiful plan that was made. And with the way modern technology is and using Google Classroom and having my digital planner, I just found that this totally fell by the wayside. And this was almost like having that handwritten gradebook. It's like, it's just adds another step to write it out nice and neat. So the Erin Condren planner, I think mine was like $70 by the time it was all said and done. I don't think I would buy another teacher planner. Maybe I'll buy myself another like notebook from the same company because I really do love the quality of it and I think it's great. But I should have saved my money. I could have bought a whole Apple Pencil for that price. Now, the last thing that I bought that was kind of a waste of money, milk crates and folders. You guys, milk crates are huge. Literally, they're so big. I don't know what you would need to be storing that is so big that's not folders. I bought so many milk crates, and if you're looking for a specific color for like your classroom's color scheme, which I'm a huge fan of, by the way, mine's light blue, dark blue, or like light turquoise, dark turquoise, and then orange. If you're looking for specific colors, these milk crates get expensive. So I definitely fell victim to that because they know teachers want specific colors so they can upcharge for like the hot colors of the season. So I had this awesome idea that I was gonna have a milk crate for all my pickup papers, all my graded papers, I just came up with this awesome paper flow concept before I started teaching. Disaster. It was a disaster. I hated it. It did not work for me at all. And so I have probably 6 milk crates that look like this, was just like folders and dividers and these things. And I feel like I probably spent $100 on milk crates and folders and folder dividers that I literally never use, ever. In fact, they sit in my back room as a mess. And I'm sure one day I can come up with a use for them or I'll donate them to another teacher, but I don't use milk. Now, this is something I definitely feel like was a waste of my money. I think it was $30 or $40, which is kind of expensive. You can get it from Michael's or wherever. I just keep my coffee pot on top of it. But it's a little plastic drawer system. I saw a bunch of teachers having like cute organization of these little drawers on their channels, and I just did not use it at all. I found this just did not fit my paper flow. And I feel like when you're setting up your classroom, it's important to have ideas of how your paper flow will go so you don't get overwhelmed your first month. But just know your paper flow will be like trial and error, so keep your receipts. Unfortunately, I did not keep my receipts, so I'm kind of stuck with it, which is not a huge deal. Like I said, I'll probably donate some, but that is all for today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed that video and that this is helpful for you guys when you start shopping for your classroom, or maybe you're going back into your classroom and you just want to get some new things. I definitely spent, I don't even want to say way too much money, because like looking at this past year, I'm pretty happy with most of the things I bought, because they would have been things like the Caddies and the milk crates and that teacher planner and the whiteboards. Like those are all would have been things that I would have wanted to buy even after this year was over, I think, and like just to try them out. So I'm glad that I did try them out in my classroom, but they just did not work at all. I don't feel like it was worth the money. If milk crates and Caddies like rock your socks and your Erin Condren planner is thebomb.com, I'm literally so happy for you. This is literally just personally for me in my classroom. in my teaching style. But I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and comment down below maybe some of your fave things you bought and some of your least favorite things you bought, because we all have those as teachers. But have a wonderful day, you guys. Bye.